Hey guys, welcome back. I'm doing a quick recipe for you today. It is keto chili. I love making this in the fall, and believe it or not, it's cooling down where I live. It's rainy today. It's the perfect day for chili. And this is a keto version. I don't always eat low carb, but I kind of am on again, off again, and right now I'm on again. This is a low carb version, so really all that means is I'm not putting beans into it, but I am putting something into it that kind of substitutes for it. It's really delicious. It's a secret ingredient, not so secret. If you do low carb, you probably know to do this, but I'm gonna whip it together. I'm gonna walk you through it and show you how I plate it up, what I top it with. It's really delicious and really, really easy. Okay guys, so I've got about 2 pounds of ground beef here that I've been browning, and to that I am adding about a tablespoon of chili powder. I've got like maybe a teaspoon of oregano, and then about maybe half a tablespoon of cumin. You can adjust those flavors to your own preference, but those are like kind of those taco seasonings. That's what I'm going for here. And you can also add salt and pepper to taste, really just depending on what you like. And so I'm gonna let this get nice and brown, and once it's fully brown, I'm going to put it in a colander, let the grease kind of drain out in my sink and set it aside, and then move on to my vegetables. This is a great recipe to add any kind of vegetables that you like. I'm kind of keeping it classic here. I've put a couple tablespoons of butter into my pan, and then I'm putting in 1 whole diced onion. I used like a sweet Vidalia onion. I think that works really well in chili with all these strong flavors. I'm gonna let that start to soften a little bit, and then I'm also gonna add up 1 whole diced green bell pepper. I use green bell peppers in this because I like being able to see that little peak of color, but you could use red bell pepper, you could use orange bell pepper, yellow, obviously, whatever you like. You could even use other kinds of peppers. You don't have to just stick to bell peppers, but I'm gonna add other things to make it spicy, so I'm definitely sticking with bell pepper. And then I also added in diced up garlic cloves. I think I used about 3 garlic cloves. I really love garlic, but again, to taste, and then a little salt and pepper. I keep kind of adding layers of flavor here. I think that makes your chili have like a deep dimension of taste. Just make sure you're flavoring each step that you're doing here. And then I'm gonna let this kind of get soft, and once it's nice and softened, I'm gonna add back in my ground beef. I'm using ground beef, but you could use ground turkey, ground pork. You could use a mixture of 3. That would be really, really delicious. This is such a customizable recipe, and that's why I love it. It's the kind of thing where you could throw in whatever you have in your fridge, whatever you need to use up, and it's still gonna be really delicious. It's not gonna matter. And then here is my secret ingredient. I am putting in some, I guess they call this riced cauliflower. So it's cauliflower that has been finely chopped. You could buy this just like a whole head of cauliflower and chop it up yourself. At my grocery store, I'm able to buy it already pre-diced, and that's really convenient for me. And that's gonna add kind of a starchiness without really adding any starch. And then I've got one, I think like a 32-ounce can, one of the larger cans of diced tomatoes. I'm gonna give that a stir, and it's looking a little dry, so I'm gonna add in a can of tomato sauce as well. This, just kind of eyeball it. You want to get the liquidness that you desire, that you like best for your chili. Some of this is going to cook off to some of this liquid as it cooks, so it's not going to be this liquidy. It's going to get a little more solid and stew-like. So I'm just combining that. And then I do have one more ingredient that I'm going to use. I said I was going to add something spicy. I really love putting chipotle peppers into my chili. It gives like kind of a richness. Chipotle peppers, to me, it kind of feels like kind of like a barbecue sauce. Chipotle peppers can be really spicy, so I took out, I think this is like 1 or 2 of the peppers in the can. You get a lot in the can, but I just diced up 1 to 2 and put that in. They're really spicy, and here you can see it's bubbling away, and I'm gonna let this simmer for quite a while. I like to let mine simmer for at least an hour. The longer you let it sit, the better it's gonna taste. It gets so delicious when those flavors combine. And then here it is, all plated up. I've topped it with some cheese, some sour cream, some chives. Those are all keto friendly. You could also do like olives. You could do some pico de gallo, give it a little squirt of lime or cilantro, whatever you like. Let me know if you guys are gonna try this. Give this video a thumbs up and hit the red subscribe button so you don't miss my weekly videos. I will see you guys next time.